welcome back to the Programming One course presented by me, Dr. Aisha Qureshi from the Faculty of New Technologies of Information and Communication within the Department of Computer Science and Information Technology at Qasdi Mirbah University of Wergla. Before I begin, I would like to share that I have chosen to present this video using interactive version of the course. This allows me to explain the content clearly while showing examples in real time. I believe interactive courses greatly enhance student understanding, making abstract concepts more visual, practical, and easier to follow. Let's start our module. So the first question is, who is this course designed for? This course is specially designed for first-year students in the Medicine and Big Data program, where the course provides a solid foundation in programming concepts using algorithm and Python language. So, let's remember that the course is organized into 6 practical chapters. Remembering that to follow the course effectively, students should have basic computer literacy, understand simple mathematical expression and logic, be comfortable in reading and writing in English. No prior programming experience is required for this course. So, the objective of our course is to define the fundamental programming concepts, explain the role of algorithm, write basic Python programs, analyze algorithm solutions, design and implement complex program, and evaluate the effectiveness and the clarity of written code and algorithm in solving domain-specific problem. So, today we are focusing on chapter 2, which is all about the sequential algorithm. This is one of the most fundamental concepts in programming and especially important when we begin applying logic to real-world problems in medicine and big data. But before we begin, let's remember what's an algorithm. An algorithm is a finite sequence of well-defined instructions written in natural language that can be executed step by step to solve a specific problem. Each instruction must be clear and unambiguous, ensuring that algorithm can be followed logically. So, in a simple term, it's like a recipe. Each instruction has a clear role, and when we follow them in order, we get the desired results. So, let's move to our chapter, which is chapter 2. So, this chapter will cover how to write your first algorithm, managing data, what is variables, constants, and data types. We will show some examples like BME calculator, and we will give just an introduction to Python language program. So, what is a sequential algorithm? A sequential algorithm is a list of instructions followed step by step in order. So writing an algorithm involves defining a clear step-by-step process that transforms the input into the desired output. The key steps to writing the first algorithm are as follows. So the first step is to understand the problem. If you need to write any algorithm, you need to understand the problem. So this is the most important step in writing an algorithm, is fully understanding the problem to be solved. This include identifying what is the goal of the algorithm, what inputs are needed to reach the goal, what should be the final results. For example, in medical context, an algorithm may calculate a patient's body mass index which helps assess health based on weight and the height. So the second step is to define the input and the output. So after defining what is the problem, we will analyze what we have as input. So taking the same algorithm, which is BMI, as inputs, we need the height and the weight of the patients, and as output we have the BMI value. So the next or the third step is outline the steps. So we identify the problem, we analyze the inputs and the output. So next we should draw the path. So outline the steps. For example, taking always the same algorithm to calculate BMI, the steps are: read the patient weight and height, use the formula to calculate the BMI, and the final step is to return or display the BMI value. The fourth step is to write the algorithm in pseudocode. So once the steps are outlined, writing them in pseudocode, which is a way to describing the algorithm in plain language, focusing on the logic. So this is an example of an algorithm. We have three parts, which are the algorithm name, the declaration part, and the body parts. The body parts start with begin and ended by an end. The fifth step, which is to test the algorithm with an example inputs. So before converting the pseudocode into programming language, it's important to test the algorithm with real data to ensure it works correctly. So we will give real values. The final step is to convert the algorithm to a programming language. So an algorithm is written by a human language. So to execute the program, we need a machine language. So the human doesn't know the machine language, so we need an intermediate between the user or the developer or the programmer and the machine. This intermediate is the programming language. So we need to translate the pseudocode into a programming language such as Python. For the BME calculation, the pseudocode can be implemented in Python like this. So always define the problem and identify the necessary inputs and expected results. Clearly outline the steps into pseudocode before translating. Test the algorithm with a real example to ensure it works and as expected. So let's now explain some important terms, which are variables, constants, and data type. So what is a variable? Sorry. A variable is a container. It's very simple. It's a container that stores data. This data can be changed during the execution of the algorithm. It acts as a placeholder for values that are determined during runtime, such patient's information like age, weight, blood measure. So this is an example of Python variables. We have the age, the weight. The age is an integer value, the weight is a float value. So what is a constant? Which is a fixed data value. The value remains unchanged throughout the execution of the algorithm. So in algorithm, each variable must have a specific data type that determines the kind of data it holds and how it can be used. Common data type are integer, float, string, and boolean. And here is an explanation how each type is. In Python, variables are automatically take the data type based on the value assigned. And this is an example of a Python code. Thank you for your attention and for following along with this session, and see you in the next chapters, inshallah. Don't hesitate to contact me in Telegram and by using my email address.